Hello everybody and welcome to Susie's chat room. Today I'm going to introduce you to someone I met after I moved to the high country in Victoria, which is around 4.5 years ago now. And since I've been here, I've met a lot of interesting people. So this is one of them. So I'm going to introduce you to Rachel. She is a psychic. I do love the psychics, don't we all? Okay, here we go. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, Susie. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I would like you to tell us a little bit about your early life as you were growing up, how the fact that you had these amazing gifts impacted your that early life, especially at school when you first started to socialize outside the home.
Yes, absolutely. So, born with my psychic abilities, I felt very much of an outcast when I was young. I saw my vision started, Susie, when I was probably about the age of 6 or 7. And I actually saw cold cases and I had absolutely no idea what was going on. It was quite daunting actually seeing those types of things, because it's not something that you really like to see, and not understanding that was quite daunting to me as well. And I didn't know what they were. I didn't know why I was seeing them. And then when I would actually see it on the news with my mum and my dad watching the television, then I would be like, I've seen this. This is what I'm seeing, you know. So it was quite daunting to me as a young person, as a young child, sorry. And yeah, and then I got into into school, and I felt very much so an outcast. I mean, I had friends, yes, of course, but I just knew that I was different. I didn't speak to my mum about any of the things that was, going on in my head, because I was quite scared. I thought that there was something wrong with me. I didn't understand it. And I was lucky enough that my mum is quite gifted as well. And then she explained to me that, this is clairvoyance and all of this sort of stuff, and explained all that to me, and explained to me that it's come down from her side of the family through generations of her side, which kind of helped me understand it a little bit. But I was probably about 12 or 13 when my mum explained that, and that was when she gifted me my first deck of cards, which I still actually use today, Susie, which is very very good, So yeah, but I did. I felt as if I was just outcast, and I just didn't fit in with anybody that I, not as much as I had my friends, but I just felt as if I really didn't fit in, until I got into my later teenage to adult years, So just lucky that I think that I've had my mum that's guided me as well and helped me understand this gift. And my daughter's also got a gift. She's very much so gifted, and I'm trying to teach her now that, this is your gift. It's beautiful. She's seeing lots of fairies and orbs at the moment, which she's a little bit scared of, but I keep explaining to her not to be scared. And it's wonderful that she's seeing these beautiful things. And she's very good at predicting the birth of babies. She will tell you if you're pregnant. She will tell you what you're having. And so yeah, it's been a real challenge, I believe, in my life, but I think that I'm very lucky to have the support that I've had.
Indeed. And your daughter's only, what, 8 years old?
Yeah, she'll be 8 in December. So yeah, she's full of beans, Susie, that's for sure.
So she's learning about it a lot younger than you did. So yeah, so very lucky. Now, you mentioned that she sees orbs and fairies. So you see orbs and fairies, and what else do you see? How does spirit present itself to you?
Well, I don't see I see orbs. I don't see fairies. I think I believe that I used to see them when I was about her age as well. It wasn't just the cold case things that I saw. I saw lots of different things when I was younger. But she's got a different type of gift. I mean, we're all gifted with different little bits and pieces. I mean, why would we all want the same gift anyway? So we all have little bits and pieces that I believe that we're handed from the universe, you know. So but I see lots of different things, Susie. You know, I see world things, I see futures, I connect with spirit as well. I work with Mother Earth, very much so work with Mother Earth. And I work with my angels, my spirit guides, the divine universe. So, and I also connect to my past soul lives as well, which I think is where we really do hold our power. And I've been really reclaiming my power from my past soul lives. So, and it's more so like watching a preview of a movie that goes through my head, you know, and it's about really picking up those little pictures very quickly. If I don't, you know, pick them up straight away, they're gone, I'll miss them. So I try to work as quick as I possibly can to get those messages that come through. So and I've learnt to, you know, really sort of jump on them as soon as they come, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I've always admired how instant your messages come through, and of course I do watch on your own little Facebook live how you just pick cards for people that come through on the chat.
Yes.
And you just say their name and you go boom, and you've got a card and you give them a quick reading, which I know is always very accurate because I've been one of those people. So others watching this can have a little bit of fun and insight if they also do that, and we'll tell them later how to get in touch with you. You mentioned that you very much work with Mother Earth, and of course, you know, it's no surprise to anyone that globally we're going through a lot at the moment, and this means that when we get through this stage, whatever this is, there's going to be a great need for healers, not just in the traditional physical sense, but probably psychologically and emotionally as well, because of all the turmoil that we're experiencing. Now, as a healer, I mean, we've talked about your beautiful psychic abilities, but I understand that you also have great healing abilities, and you've developed something very special with the elements. So I'd really like to hear about that.
Oh, thanks, Susie. I appreciate you saying those lovely things. Yes, so I've always, and once again, it goes back to my childhood. I wasn't just gifted with psychic abilities and clairvoyance. I was also gifted with healing abilities as well, which I absolutely love doing my healings. I work really strongly with Mother Earth. I'm also a Buddhist as well. So I think being a Buddhist has really helped me connect more so with Mother Earth through meditation as well. But working with Mother Earth and my angels, my spirit guides, the divine universe, and working with Mother Earth's 4 elements. So the wind, you know, the earth, the wind, the fire, and the water. So when somebody comes and has a healing session from me, I will start off and grounding them, really growing roots and bringing that Mother Earth energy up for that protection to start off with at the beginning of that healing session. And some people that do Reiki and other healing abilities will pull cords. I'm generally not the type of healer that does pull cords. I love having you know, past attachments, you know, pulled out of me and all that sort of stuff from my beautiful healing friends. But I've learnt to burn out them. So using those 4 elements, so I'm actually burning out those past attachments from, you know, pain and hurt and all of those emotions that we do go through in life, and also past attachments that have been, you know, attached to us through past DNA or past soul lives as well. So burning that out and then coming down through with the wind and really blowing out any leftover residue of the ash and anything else that's kind of been left behind. And then, you know, coming down with the water and filling up that aura and the mind and the body and the soul with that wisdom, that power, that strength, the love, light, you know, all of that protection as well. So that's just a very short little intro of, you know, how I do my healing sessions, and also working with the divine universe as well with that protection of white light. So yeah, I find it really interesting, Susie.
Do you have a special name for this healing? Is it something you've developed yourself?
Look, I don't think it is, because I think that it's definitely come from my past soul life. I do believe that, you know, I'm on my fourth life now, and I've really meditated on my past soul lives and have visioned a lot of my past soul lives as well. So my previous one to this was definitely, you know, I was definitely a hippie, and the one before that I was definitely a gypsy, and then it goes back into my first life where I was some sort of white witch, you know. So I like to kind of call myself that hipsy witch, putting all those past soul lives together. And I think that I've just repowered and reclaimed my power from those past soul lives, and that's where I've sort of come up with this. But I believe that shamanism is that works with the same sort of elements as well, you know. So yeah, it's lovely. I love it. It brings so much joy into my life.
Does sound very shamanic, doesn't it?
Yes.
Do you find that people who come to you, that you have this feeling that a lot of them are disconnected with their own soul?
Yes, very much so. And a lot of people don't realize that we can actually connect to our souls.
Mm. So do you help them to connect?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, look, as best as I can, Susie, you know, like I'm not some miracle worker. I don't think I am. I don't say that I am an actual healer. I'm just a tool giver, you know. So I help, you know, guide them into learning how to, you know, connect to their mind, their body, and their soul, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to actually heal anybody. I'm here just to give people the tools so that then they can start that process for themselves.
Yes, absolutely. Now, I've been admiring your beautiful painting that you did behind you. You've actually got a crescent moon on the top of your head from your painting. It looks like. So, is this something that you do as a healing for yourself? That do these? I mean, do you find that this artwork tends to speak to people?
Look, I think so. Well, I hope so. Anyway, you know, I do them more so for myself. I call it art therapy. I think it is art therapy, but I meditate before I go to the canvas. And sometimes I might have a picture in my head that I'd like to put onto a canvas, but sometimes I have no idea what I'm going to paint. I usually sit down for about half an hour before getting the paints out and all that sort of stuff, and meditate. And then I just go straight to the canvas, and whatever comes onto the canvas comes onto it. I will go back after I've finished it and reflect upon that and find what I've put on the canvas of what the messages are for me, you know. So I do really enjoy it. I find that it's a beautiful form of meditation as well, because I believe that being creative is just another form of meditation. A lot of people don't really like to sit down and, you know, do their ohms, you know, but I find that when I don't feel like sitting and doing my om, even though I do a bit of meditation beforehand, I find that I go into that meditated state when I'm throwing paint at a canvas.
Well, you do really well. Just move your head slightly for a second so we can have a look at it. You know, I just love it. So
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, getting back to the world situation at the present time, I know that you have had quite a tumultuous life, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
I know that you have been strong throughout that time, or at least if you didn't feel so at the time, you have recovered beautifully and become this beautiful inspirational person that can help other people going through things at the present time. So after all this is over, you're going to find that a lot of people will feel confused. They won't know where to turn. It's an unusual situation that none of us have, not this generation or perhaps many generations, have ever faced before. So have you got some kind of tip to those people who are going through this whatever they're going through at the moment, and definitely for the future, because the future for once, for the average person, is very difficult to see. So how do you think, what would you say to these people? How can they cope at the present time?
Well, I think that I take it back to my life. As you said, that I've had, I've had a very different life. I've had a lot of trauma in my life. I've had a lot of heartache in my life. I've been through, I'm a survivor of domestic violence. And I've lost a lot of really close friends and family in my life as well growing up. And I think that I was really lucky enough to be introduced to Buddhism. And it's not for everybody. I'm not saying that, to go and get into Buddhism, but I believe that if we have some sort of faith, so whether it's spirituality, I mean, Buddhism is spirituality anyway, but if we have something to believe in, that we're not just ourselves standing on earth in our skin suits, that we have that power of prayer, or that power of knowing that somebody or something is watching over us and protecting us. And if we've got nobody to talk to, because I remember there was a part of my life that I actually, shut myself out from the world and didn't want to speak to anybody. So I spoke to the universe. I spoke to Buddha. I spoke to my angels and my spirit guides, and I believe that that helped me. And through meditation, I believe that that helps as well. And also art therapy, helps as well. So it's really about, connecting to yourself and your higher self and your spirit guides and your angels, and just knowing that you've got protection and you've got somebody that's watching over you and protecting you. And if you can reach out and speak to somebody about what's going on in your mind, I think that's probably the best thing as well. But I think it all comes back to self-love as well, Susie. The more self-love that we give ourselves, we generate that. And the more that we generate that we vibrate at that higher frequency, so, and when we vibrate at that higher frequency, mumbling my words up here, vibrating at that higher frequency, then we connect easier to our angels and our spirit guides and our higher self. So we allow that inner peace to come in.
Yeah, so really doing that inner work and getting to know yourself in a way that perhaps you haven't had time to do in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do agree with that. And I think that with everything that's happened this year, a lot of people have unfortunately been stuck by themselves. And I think there's a lot of positives that have come out of this year as well. And I've heard a lot of people saying that, they don't usually go and visit their family and friends, but now that they haven't been able to see, their family, they're actually hanging and can't wait to go and see their families. So it's brought a lot of families together as well. And I was talking to my best friend Rochelle the other day, and we were saying that, not only has it brought families together, but it's helped a lot of people realize that maybe they shouldn't be in the situation that they're in. It might be a relationship, it might be friendships, it might be work, so it's actually helped people in other ways that we don't even realize. So I believe that there is positives, a lot of positives that have come out of this year.
Yeah, and that's a way that we have to look on life generally, isn't it? That no matter what goes on, to search for the positives, count your blessings, and just live one day at a time.
Yeah. And, don't live for tomorrow, because tomorrow's never going to come and yesterday's gone. So live in the moment, and look, I've actually really enjoyed this year, to tell you the honest truth. Like I've had my daughter home from school and I got to watch her, learning to read and write, and not missing out on that because she was at school, and spending more time with her and my mum as well. I've actually kind of enjoyed that, and I've had a lot of time to reflect upon myself as well, because we're always constantly learning. So I've been learning a lot about myself and my past lives and my spirituality and reawakening my soul as well, which has been really positive for me, So I really do hope that some people can find the positives out of this year, so that they can focus on those positives instead of focusing so much on the negative things that have happened this year.
Exactly. So if people want to get more of your amazing advice and all of your insights and inspirational way of looking at life, how do they get in touch with you?
You can jump onto my Facebook page, which is Healing the Soul Spirit Feather. My phone number is on my page, so people can contact me or you can message me through there.
Great. So what's the immediate plans before we say goodbye?
My immediate plans for myself, I'm actually packing my house at the moment.
Yes.
I've got stuff everywhere. I'm in the middle of moving house, moving state, which is the next phase into my journey, which I'm really excited about, which is great because I'm going to be sharing a space with my mum, which is going to be great not only just for her but for me and for Ruby as well. And just, you know, trying to build my business in my new town that I'm going to be moving to, and not forgetting my people in Benalla where I live, and my people in Mansfield where I live, and the whole regional area. So I'm still working with them, and I'll be back and forward quite a bit as well. And obviously doing the FaceTime readings, which I absolutely love doing as well, because I can still reconnect with my clients that I've had for so many years, which is great. So it doesn't really matter where I am in the world, I can still you know, connect with the people, which is fantastic.
Yes, being able to work remotely has really come forward at this present time, hasn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you going to pick a card for us?
I would love to pick a card for you. Is that okay?
Yes, certainly.
Okay, wonderful. So I'll pick a card out for everybody and we'll see what jumps out. So we'll see how many do jump out. And that's the beauty of the universe, Susie. You shuffle away and the ones that jump out are the ones that is giving us the messages. And that's how I work when I do my live readings. I just shuffle away and somebody might ask a question, or they might just pop their name up there and ask for a couple of cards. And I just shuffle away until a couple jump out, and that's how the universe works. It works in its beautiful, mysterious ways, which is fantastic. So I've got these beautiful Raven Felon Messenger Oracle cards. And the first one that I've picked up for everybody today, Susie, is See Yourself in Nature. And this is so beautiful because exactly what we were talking about before, Mother Earth. So it is seeing yourself in nature. It's really about grounding your energy, really growing your roots from your feet and firmly planting them into the heart of Mother Earth, and allowing Mother Earth's energy to come all the way up through your body, up through all of your chakras and your energy. And also spending time outside. Now that, you know, we've got a little bit nicer weather, we can get outside and just standing on the ground with no shoes on and just really bringing that energy through, which is beautiful. And the next one I've got, Susie, I absolutely love this card because this is just me to a T, and I think this is probably you and a lot of others as well. And it's love that you're different. Because we all are different. I mean, we wouldn't want to be the same because it'd be a bit boring, but it's about really reclaiming your power as well and knowing who you are on the inside and not really caring about what people really think about you, because we all have different belief systems as well. So, you know, holding your head high, being who you are, loving who you are, and embracing that.
That's great.
Isn't it beautiful? I love that. And then we've got focus and then act, which is beautiful. So you can see the beautiful black horse in here, and there's a beautiful goddess here as well. And she's just really focusing on what it is that she wants. So it comes down to manifestation. So really manifesting what it is that you want for next year coming, and writing that down on a piece of paper if that's what you want to do, and going out onto the new moon, reading it out to the new moon, burn it. So the moon and the universe can help guide you, and then act upon it. So if we don't act upon our manifestation, it's not going to happen.
No.
So it really is about manifesting what it is that you want for the next 12 months of your life. And I try not to go, okay, I'm going to go 5 years down the track. I try to sort of stay within the 12 months because I work so much with Mother Earth as well, and she's got those 4 seasons. So I try to work just in the 12-month period for myself.
Yeah.
And then we've got be patient. Be patient, everybody, because things are going to change. Things are going to get better. You know, keep loving yourself. And the dragon here has got a lot of pink in it as well. Pink represents, you know, that pure, innocent love. So it's all about loving yourself. Be patient with yourself. If you're stepping into a spiritual journey, be patient. It's not going to happen overnight. It is a long journey, but it's a journey worth doing as well, because it's a beautiful journey. It's, you know, it can be up and down, and we can throw all of these different emotions out and we can deal with them and learn from our emotions, Susie. So just be patient with yourself.
That's a lovely sentiment to end our little chat with. And as I like to always say, whatever the question, love is the answer.
Yes, I like that.
Did I make it up or did I hear it somewhere? I don't remember.
But I might have to steal that one.
But I live by it. So thank you so much. Good luck with your move, and we look forward to seeing all the new developments that will occur after you're in your new environment, so other people can connect with you wherever they are, all over the world now.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Susie, for inviting me to your amazing chat room. I love watching all of your chats that you put on, and sending lots of love, light and blessings to you and your family.
Thank you, and bless you for being here too.